Good morning, I'm Joshua Rogers. I'll be presenting about corn converting to ethanol or methanol. Outline, we're going to talk about the relevance of this project, go over a process flow diagram, the skills that are required to complete this project, and some benefits and consequences of it. Just some relevant information. Corn is being converted to ethanol used as an alternative fuel source. The U.S. currently produces 14 billion gallons of ethanol per year this way. There's a plant, Tate and Lyle, in Loudon, Tennessee, up Interstate 75, that produces 105 million gallons of ethanol per year from corn. This is an example of a very rough process flow for such a process. The corn goes through a mill where it's crushed, goes into a mixing tank where it's added to water to make a slurry. Then it's heated up with steam and sent with high pressure into a liquefaction unit where enzymes are added. Those enzymes will break down the corn into the glucose and sucrose, and from there sent through a heat exchanger in order to cool the liquid that's at high temperature, where yeast is added into a fermentation vessel. Carbon dioxide, water, and ethanol are produced. The ethanol goes down into a distillation column where it's distilled to about 95% volume ethanol. And if we want pure ethanol, we have to add benzene to that stream or another organic, send it through a distillation column again, and after that is distilled, you get your ethanol at almost pure products. There'll still be a little bit of benzene left in the ethanol. So some skills required for this: have to be able to move liquids at high pressure, to be able to use heat exchangers for cooling, needs to be knowledge about the fermentation process and distillation units. Some benefits and consequences of this: makes us less dependent on oil as a fuel source. The corn can be grown and processed domestically. We don't have to depend on overseas exports for that. Ethanol is very flammable and makes it very expensive to transport places. Requires the addition of benzene. Benzene is a carcinogenic, not good for the environment. And some questions that we still have is: how much does this process cost? And are there more effective alternatives? Brian presented on switchgrass. Switchgrass yields more crop per growing season, so it is actually, as of the research being done now, a more effective crop to convert to methanol than corn is.